They mocked her apron, unaware she'd soon outsmart the entire school board. For years, Miss Loretta had worked quietly in the high school cafeteria, serving meals with a warm smile and an occasional kind word for students who looked like they needed it. She'd heard the whispers and seen the smirks, teachers who dismissed her as just the lunch lady, students who laughed at her hairnets and sturdy shoes, and even administrators who treated her like furniture in the background of their important work. But when the school's food supply system collapsed one Friday morning, freezers failing, shipments missing, budgets in chaos, panic rippled through the staff. The state inspector was due in 3 hours, and no one could figure out how to feed 800 students or avoid the violation that would shut the kitchen down for weeks. While the principal and board members argued, Loretta quietly slipped away, opening her personal binder, a tattered blue folder she'd carried for decades. Inside were hand-drawn schematics of the kitchen, notes on every vendor in a 100-mile radius, and phone numbers she'd memorized from years of making things work when budgets didn't. Without asking permission, she called in favors from local farmers, rearranged delivery schedules, and reconfigured the menu to meet state nutrition requirements with what was already on hand. By the time the inspector arrived, the kitchen was humming, steamers full, counters stacked, every meal compliant and ready. The inspector, impressed by the seamless operation, not only passed the school, but commended the efficiency and leadership of its staff. That's when the principal sheepishly admitted it had all been Miss Loretta. The same board members who had once ignored her now stood slack-jawed, realizing she'd solved in 2 hours what their expensive consultants hadn't managed in weeks. Students who had laughed at her lined up to thank her, and one even whispered, "You're like a superhero." Loretta just smiled, wiping her hands on her apron. She'd never needed recognition to know her worth, but it felt good to see their faces when they realized it. As the bell rang and the lunchroom filled with chatter, she served each plate with the quiet satisfaction of someone who had just reminded an entire school that titles mean nothing, while competence changes everything.